Good morning, everybody. I hope you all are doing well today. Hello, Lucky, America's most famous Texas girl, and she'd be like, "Yeah, no, I'm at work." I'm assuming she's at work now. Militant. Good morning, Arkwall man. How are you? I've got questions for you about that rose petal syrup you were making, but I'll shoot you an email or something. Copycat. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Lucky. Thank you, Loretta. How are you? So, folks, I had no specific agenda today. This is kind of an off week because I'm trying to do other things. Well, doing the things that we should all be doing. I did want to share something with you before I get into anything else. So, for those of you who are ever wondering, this is what 5 pounds of or 3.5 pounds of green beans looks like when you've completely dehydrated them. It basically fits in a Ziploc, which I was trying to get enough green beans to put in one of those 1 gallon Mylar bags, and I completely overestimated how much volume they would be once they got dehydrated. So I either need to get a smaller bag or get more green beans and dehydrate more, which is probably what I'm going to do. So for those of you who were here yesterday, this was 2 pounds of corn or a pound of corn, and this is the broccoli, which has become a dog treat. I might just stick those Ziplocs in its own Mylar bag and just leave it open. Hey, Alexandra, good morning. Put you on telly. Oh, no, you may not want to see my ugly face that large. That would be terrible. The dog will be upset and everything. So, hey, good morning, Magic. So this morning, I actually hit the farmer's market out here, one of the big ones in West Texas. And we got these dehydrated turkey legs. Like basically they cook them and then they heat them and they become these crunchy things. And each corgi got one, and they've been absolutely silent. The Papillon did not. He became an ass and stepped all over Sassy, and he wound up banished. So he has a treat for him, but he's not getting it right now. He's pouting in his kennel. Then he'll go after their food, and they'll kick his ass. So for his own benefit, he's been banished. So, folks, I've been watching the financial stuff, and I saw something really good. But let me see if I can find it again. Doggone it. So, how's everyone today? What are you guys doing this weekend? And chat's open for any topics. We're gonna kind of let it go. We're getting ready to go fishing. I'm still wondering, what are you fishing for, Alexandra? By the way, if you have not seen her channel or her interview with Angry Prepper, please go check her out. She's awesome. Hey, Coffee. So let's see what mischief has happened today. This is almost a crapshoot news. Most of Key City controlled by Russians. So they're apparently still just beating the crap out of each other in Ukraine. That's not very... Let's see. If you have not seen... So I saw this, and they say it's a new trend. It is not a new trend. It is a old trend. Anyone from Texas probably has heard the phrase before. I never fished before. Oh, is this you're going today? So okay, so Alex put out a video of her and her boy getting ready to go fishing. I thought you already went fishing. You have not yet. Lucky's listening at work. Actually, Lucky, my dad was in newspapers. He was one of the most prolific shore fishermen in Long Island as a kid. I actually have a picture of my old man, which when he still had hair, and he's on a jetty. It's raining, and this photographer took a picture of him all by himself out there fishing. He'd fish until the lightning started, and then he'd run away because you don't want to be there. Militant's building an above-ground pool for the kids. Oof. Catfishing sounds fun. Catfishing does sound fun. You're not noodling, put your hand in there and they go thump on you, because that would freak me the hell out. So let's see, let me bring this up here. Blue Mountain Lake. Yeah, there are no lakes here. There's some ponds and streams that pretty much are dry most of the year, and there's cactus and mesquite trees and coyotes. And by the way, coyotes are a-holes, and they're not cool. They're beautiful, they serve a purpose, but they're a-holes. Unless you catch them as a puppy, they're really jerks. Been having a shore fishing. Haven't been shore fishing. No, my dad used to have these. I actually have two of his fishing reels that were built in 1968 by one of his Korean War buddies, and I have them. I don't use them because I'm afraid to use them now. But I remember once, like every season, there were different fishing seasons. He'd pull out the correct reels. He'd disassemble them. He'd put gun oil in them. It looked like clockwork in there. And he's like, yeah, you have to maintain. It's probably why I'm so meticulous with my handguns now. It's because my dad did that all the time as a kid. That'll be great. Ark, if you can take a video without dropping the camera or phone into the water, I'd love to see what you guys are fishing up there. Ooh, one of our Nigerian dwarf goats had 2 babies. A dwarf goat? How big are they? I've never heard of that. Hey, Aqua Run girl, good morning, good morning. So Nigerian dwarf goats. I never heard of that before. That's really cool. Are they a milk giving goat, or are they I'm so curious now. We'll look up at that in a little bit. But yesterday we were talking about twins. That's a good magic. Yeah, twins, yeah, for sure. Yesterday we were talking about the food storage. If you were in my kind of unplanned live, I'm good, was watering my potted plants. I'll see, that's relaxing. So we hit the farmer's market this morning. I'm going to see if I can get you guys a photo of that. I'm having technical fun here. No, that's a passed out dog. Hold on. By the way, if you're ever in Dallas, go to the Holocaust Museum. I'm going to do a video on that. I was near tears at the end. Some of the stuff I learned, and some of the stuff about the complicity of people blew my mind. All right, let me share this with you guys, just so you guys can see. Let's see, Chrome tab. Nope. Oops. No, it will not let me do these things. Well, that sucks. Okay, I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see my. Nope, it won't let me do that either. Okay, sorry, I wanted to share a picture with you guys, but apparently my settings have offended the gods, so we won't do that. Because yesterday I got kicked off one of my lives. I actually started one before the one we had, and I got kicked off because I did something fancy. Mid-sized goat, their milk is great. It's supposed to be close to. Oh, wow. That's very cool. How big in pounds? I'm sorry for all the questions. I'm just so curious because I want goats. Even though Sassy had a pet goat that great grandpa then turned into a caldo, which is a soup, which she was quite upset about. But, but she said the goat followed her. Like, that goat was good, but then her grandma had goats and she went out there and they'd kick her ass. Like every time they're like, oh, the little human, and bam, they knock her down. So, but I have corgis, right? That's their purpose. Despite what they think, you notice the dogs are silent because their mouths are full of food right now. They're just crunching away over there. She's great. Well, you know what she's doing? That's her instinct. She's keeping other goats away from her babies in case one of the goats thinks she's a challenge and tries to harm the babies. So that's not surprising. Um, Guys, I want to share this one because we were talking about food storage, and then we were talking a little bit about crime and stupid people. Austin police, this is the capital of Texas, warn of jugging crime trend. This happens all the time in Houston, and I think in a few other cities. Houston is where the phrase started. I don't want to say Whoopi Goldberg, pendeja. Sorry, I'm not a fan of Whoopi. She had an apartment near where we used to play as kids, and we'd go say hi to her, and she'd run us off. So that woman's caca. She can go away. She was mean to us as kids. I still don't like her. Austin Police Department is warning of a new robbery and crime trend called jugging, in which a suspect follows a victim after you leave a bank or ATM because the bank has a bunch of cameras and security. So, hey, creative, what's going on? Rip, mahalo, bud. 40 to 50. So they're not big goats, and they're Nigerian goat. Nigerian, what were they called? Now I gotta look back. Nigerian dwarf goats. I'm so curious. I think that's what I need for my first farm is a couple of Nigerian dwarf goats. And preferably if I can live within 2 hours of my daughter, who's the veterinarian, I can just call her and say, I don't know, the goats are doing goat things and I need assistance because I'm an engineer. And then, hopefully she'll come up. I may have to bribe her with something. Yeah, if you had twins, yeah, anyone who has twins would probably be in a mood. That'll take something out of you. So what these fools do, they're approached, threatened with violence, or assaulted while the suspect demands money or aggressively takes the cash bag. And I guess if you have a business account where you deposit like the little pouch. But they were doing it in Houston right after Harvey, because when the ATMs opened up, a lot of the stores still had issues with the internet. So a lot of stores were just cash only, and they'd hit an ATM and you go down the street and somebody grab you. Over the last year, APD has counted at least 62 juggings. Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and Chase. Be aware of your surroundings and do not be distracted while going to banks or ATMs. And they'll follow you on vehicles too. So I don't know why they put a picture of Austin there. On Monday afternoon, a 30-year-old Houston rapper known as 213 Jug God, referring to jugging after an alleged, they arrested him for jugging someone. Damn. Wads of cash in the group's vehicle parked at a Motel 6. So they afforded a hotel near banks and then went and mugged good people. What an a-hole. Okay, so anyway, folks, watch yourselves on the so that one started somewhere in Texas. And I know Texas likes to claim a lot of things, but I've never heard it either. And I've lived all up and down the East Coast and the Gulf Coast. The first time I heard jugging was in Houston. And it became a problem. And then right after Harvey, and then people started shooting the shit out of the criminals. I mean, there was like, you'd hear, someone was jugged at this bank, someone was broken into, and then like 24 hours later, the governor said, if you commit a felony and you get convicted, it's minimum 7 years or 10 years in Huntsville. And it was like open season. People started shooting these guys everywhere. It's like, grandma shot 3 people in the knees, and they're all like, picture 3 dudes on the floor. But yeah, we have lots of poison ivy. Really good. They're low maintenance, great for clearing brush. They're pretty funny. How's their disposition? Do they just come running up and kick people's asses for no reason, or poison ivy? Yeah, and stay off your phone. God, stay off your phone. Because that's absolutely right. Most of these instances are because people are doing this. And like, I'll see children like this with an iPad walking through Target. I'm like, they're kidnapping kids left and right in Texas right now. I mean, the cops are busting up trafficking, and they're all kids, especially young females under 14. They're going after little girls. And I'll see them in the store, and the moms playing whatever Candy Crush bullshit, and the kids are all on there. Nobody's looking around them. It's just it blows my mind that people I don't know, these people are stupid. So yeah, so guys, definitely pay attention to what's going on. Yeah, definitely. And practice drawing from concealment if you carry concealed or if you carry open. If you do what I do, I have two pistols that I alternate depending on how I'm dressed. Practice with both. Don't just play with your favorite one. Use both, practice with both. Okay, so they have their personality, and it's Nigerian dwarf goat. Let's have some fun. Let's go look at Nigerian dwarf goats because I'm so curious about this. Nigerian dwarf goats. Oh, those are the cutest freaking goats. Y'all, okay, hold on. Y'all have to see this because this is just cute as shit. Hold on. Hold on a second. Let me get this commercial out of the way. Okay, this is from Goat Milk Stuff. It's another YouTube channel. Let's look at the little goats. I'm super curious about this. Totes my goats. I can't carry, but I do have a taser. Coffee, check and see if they will. No problem, Magic. Coffee, check and see if you can use the capsaicin, the pepper spray gun. It shoots. It's like a paintball gun, but it shoots a much smaller pellet. It's not the big pellet you use for paintball, and it's full of pepper spray, and it has this ultraviolet dye. So you pelt the shit out of the guy. He gets, his face, and then like he can't wash it off for 3 days. So now he's orange or blue, whatever color. Yeah, these are the little goats. Let's see the stupid goats. Oh, they're cute as shit. Look at these guys. Are those full grown? That's a perfect size. My corgi'd have friends. And that one goat in the background is just freaking out. Oh, those guys are cute. They give milk? Goat by 10. I take it those are little goats, right? Those aren't the full size. By the way, goats are really smart from what I've heard. Like if they can figure out how to get snacks or get mischief, they'll cause it. You notice there is no shrubbery in that yard. Is it terrible? But I'm sitting here thinking, wow, I can only imagine how many little poop pellets are all over that yard right now. Like you'd need your whole own set of boots, a separate set just to go in there. That is really cool, y'all. I gotta tell you, they're escape artists. Okay, those are little ones. They get a lot bigger. Yeah, hence corgis. That's what they're supposed to do. Again, let's see if I got. Yeah, that's what they're supposed to do. in theory. Of course, this particular dog, I'll share this with you guys. We'll keep it light this morning, but so in theory, this corgi's supposed to be herding the chicken into the coop, but he's a puppy, so he doesn't know what he's doing. Hey, Tennessee, what's going on? So chickens love to go into the goat pen, right? Because the droppings bring bugs, and then the chickens. You notice the little dog is absolutely confused. He's like there's no audio with this one, but it's cute as shit, guys. What's up with the duck? So we're on a waiting list to get a male in his color to try. The chicken sort of pecks at him. Oh, nope, the duck didn't like that. By the way, what he's doing right now, mine will do to me. They get lit, and they'll come and kick me, and they'll run around. Oh, no, he's not liking that duck too much. That duck was fixing to peck the crap out of him. But yeah, that's okay. Here we go. That's a more serious. So you'd think the small dog wouldn't be able to. Let's see, Gracie the herding corgi. This has audio, but it's kind of just the background noise. There she is. Now you notice she has a long tail. So the reason they cut the tails on the corgi, hey KY, what's on? Kentucky. The reason they crop the tails is because sometimes the cattle, when they panic, will step on the tail and break it. And as an adult dog, it's painful. Look at her go. I can see her. Oh, this corgi's very well trained. You saw how she broke in those cattle are not in the herd. So he indicates the cow he wants with the stick, and then the corgi will go after that. Come back. No, he points at that one, and that's technically what they should be doing. Oh, look, the mama cow went after the corgi. Nope, he ran away and came back. Weekend's going good so far, Rip. I'm pointing at my coffee. Where to go? Oh. But if you notice, they have their tail looks fox-like when they have the full tail. It's a long tail. So yeah, they are actually really talented little dogs when you train them for that purpose. Well, Kentucky, one of my colleagues back in Houston had a ranch in Brenham outside the Bluebell factory. He had a farm out there, and he had 100 head of cattle. He had a good sized property, and he was a big boy. I mean, like, think a farm version of like someone like Jason, the Angry Prepper's size, right? Jason's a big guy. He was just a big farm boy, and he said he got into the cattle pen, and he wasn't paying attention, and he didn't have his dogs with him, and he got too close to a calf behind him, and the mama hip checked him. And he said, I'm a big boy. He was about 250. I mean, he was not a small man, but he said it put him into the rails, and he got two cracked ribs out of that. Fortunately, he had a ranch hand on a horse nearby, and so he kind of intervened, but he was on foot when he did it. And he said, yeah. Good. Well, congrats. Yeah, Kentucky, he got launched, and he said he should have been more careful. That was his own bad. Um, but that talks to complacency, right? We do the same things over and over. It's like the jugging, right? I mean, not to go back to it, but you go to the ATM, you put your card, beep, beep, boop, dollars come out, put your card, you play on your phone, and you do it over and over and over, and you've trained your brain to be stupid, right? So then you show up, and the day the bad guy's there, you do exactly what you've done. You go boop, 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 and you get your money, and you walk away, and you're completely oblivious to the person behind you. Hey, Nate, Arkansas. Yes. Um, he said the only thing that really saved him from hurt is that when she hip checked him, he went into another cow that was completely zoned out, and it prevented him from going flat on the ground where he would have got stepped on. But then the second cow spooked, and that's how he got launched into the fence. Um, After that, he said he always either bring two people, either him and his wife on an ATV or a horse, or he'd bring the dogs. He had some Australian shepherds, and they would make a circle around him. So anything that came around him got run off. Yeah, Nate, you're not far from me. We're going to be 107 today, 105 out here. Nate and I are probably in the same general region, and that's 108. Yes, I am we are in Texas. No, I think he's in New Mexico. I may be wrong. Or Arizona. We're in the Southwest, though. We need showers here today. But yeah, folks, you gotta be real careful. Oh, they have an article here. This is an older article. Let me see. I'm looking for the article, how they do it, because I love studying stuff like this, because hopefully it'll prevent you from getting hurt. Oh, here we go. Hold on a second, guys. Let me bring this up. So, hey, Carbon. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. Australian Shepherd and Australian Cattle Dog mix. That's a beautiful looking dog, I can imagine. That's a lot of energy, though. Good Lord, those are so they've been breeding cowboy corgis, which is an Aussie shepherd. Shepherd has a short tail, right, with a corgi, and you get this modeled corgi on steroids, which is I've seen one person had one, and the thing was on crack. He was a good dog, but he was like, "Zzz," and he's like, yeah, he's a farm dog, not suitable for apartments, um, unless you want to have a heart attack in the apartment. But okay, well, Nate, yeah, I'm within a few hours of you, so yeah. Well, Texas healers. I might have to email you separately, Militant. I'd love to hear about how you're breeding them, because I love the homesteading dogs. I think are very undervalued. A lot of people talk about, oh, your German Shepherd, your SHTF, defend the home dog. But what about the other 95% of the time when you're working, getting rid of rodents, pest control, moving your cattle, alerting you to danger? Hey, Milkmaid. This is one of the most hardworking people I've ever met, by the way. Like every video, she's working on something. Her name is absolutely appropriate. Lady, you have all my respect because I've seen some of your videos. I'm like, wow, that's lots of work. And Tennessee had a couple of good lives. I missed one because I screwed myself up and was sick. But so if any of the mods or where they can drop links, feel free to do so. But anyway, I found it. This is a couple of minute long, and it's real simple. They explain jugging because some of you've never heard it before. Who else is there? Oh, hey, treasure seekers! You snuck in on me there. I try to keep up with the chat, but I don't have multiple screens in the kitchen, so it kind of messes with me. Hold on just a second. Share screen. Bank jugging. Here we go. So let me know if you have the audio.
Story tonight, jugging. You may never have heard the word before, but it's a crime of opportunity. Temple police say is happening more and more here in Central Texas.
Right, but they're looking for you. You become a mark. Over the last few years,
Nikki.
Authorities say a pattern of jugging has emerged. 6 News reporter Darren Wallace joins us now live in studio to talk about this. Tell us what it is and how you can avoid becoming a victim. Darren?
Thanks, bud.
Jugging isn't just a word the kids are using. It's a dangerous crime that happens when bystanders watch you make big money ATM withdrawals and follow you after you leave the bank, hoping to steal your money from you. I spoke with Temple Police today to see how you can avoid being next.
Jugging is something that's come up in the law enforcement community within the past several years. As a term, it actually originated out of the Houston area.
Temple police say the best way to avoid being jugged is to be aware of your surroundings when you're going to the bank. Bystanders will watch you and wait for you to make a big withdrawal, and once you do and you leave, they will follow you.
And follow you anywhere. The man I spoke with told me he drove over to Sam's Club just a few hundred feet away from the Bank of America.
The anonymous man then went inside this Sam's Club for what he says was no longer than 30 to 35 minutes. He parked in a handicapped spot, and when he came back, his car was broken into, glass all over the ground, and he said the man that did it was looking for his money.
So I just went straight over to Sam's, went in and got my stuff, and damn, I seen all this stuff shattered and glass shattered.
Temple PD officer Casey Shepard says juggers will try to catch you by watching you closely.
You have an individual who is watching banks, watching for the individual who they believe is making a large withdrawal, and then ultimately breaking into that car and stealing that withdrawal once they get to their destination.
And when they catch you at your destination, they make their move. They're going after your money, so don't give them a chance to take it.
I wouldn't be able to stress enough how important it is that you take that deposit, or that withdrawal that you make, and take it out of the car.
Model citizens, hey, Perceptive.
You're leaving that item there for them to be able to steal.
And again, Shepard says awareness is the biggest key to avoid being a target.
If you see anyone watching you as a customer, that's important, especially at a bank, because you never know what their intentions might be. If you're seeing someone that's paying that extra attention, make sure to be vigilant. Keep an eye on them, keep an eye on what vehicle they're driving to make sure that you don't become a victim.
Shepard says, don't think this isn't prevalent in Central Texas, even though it started down in Houston. Be aware of your surroundings and don't leave money in your car so you don't have to have any issues with people stealing from you guys.
Wow. All right. Thanks, Darren.
So, yeah, so that's one of those things. And again, as things get more difficult, we need to pay attention to that. Now, I do have some tips for this, though. One, if you can, and I know if you get paid on Friday and it's late, you have to hit the drive-through ATM. You got to get cash. There's really nothing you can do. One is when you open your window to, put the card in. And this was some tips an HPD guy, a Houston cop, had mentioned to me. Put your card in. Now, the newer Chase machines will actually grab your card. So, and they won't give you money till you take your card. Because keep in mind, they have the camera, right? So you get your card back and somebody runs and grabs your money. It's on video that you just got stolen. So they'll give you the money back. Roll down your window, do your business. He said, look behind you on either side of the open window and make sure you lock your car. You'd be shocked how many people, they may have to crack the door to reach the ATM. You know how some of them are kind of weird? And so you open the door And in doing so, they unlock, you hit that wrong button and you unlock the whole car. So now you've gotten your money, and now an asshole comes in the other door. Now you have an idiot in your car. Make sure, oh, that agitates the crap out of me, Arkansas, hearing stuff like that. So that was one of his recommendations. Keep your doors locked. And then once you put the card and you push the buttons, he said, roll the window up about halfway. So if someone tries to reach in and grab your purse or the money you may have, they're going to have to squeeze their arm in. And he said, squeeze your arm in, just roll the window up and trap the shit out of them and then take them for a drive. This is a cop telling me this. He said, yeah, take him for a drive and you probably dislocate his shoulder and then let him go and drive away, call us, and we're going to wait at the hospital for a guy with a dislocated shoulder. We're going to have a video of his ass. So, yeah, it's, yeah, my wife is teeny weeny. So, she's a little thing. And so she sometimes, well, now she has the little bougie SUV that's lower, so she doesn't have to battle it as much. But in the big SUV, she was like, cannot reach. But yeah, stuff like that. Now, if you use Chase and Wells Fargo, I don't know about Bank of America, the Chase ATMs in the bank, they have those new ATMs that look like a big iPad with the ATM stuck to it. Those will give you denominations. And Chase has a policy, at least ours do, that they leave envelopes. So instead of getting the money at the outdoor ATM, if you can go into the bank, right? Because now you have security, you got cameras, etc. Get your withdrawal. And he said, take the envelope, put the money in the envelope and put half in your pocket and put some in the envelope. So if you walk out, someone grabs you, you're like, here, take my money. And they get a bunch of singles. I guess they can go to a strip club or something. And you kept all the 20s in your pocket. So he said, divide it. And that was something I did growing up in New York City was I'd put, money in my wallet, but I have money in the left pocket as well, money in my sock. So if something got jacked, I had a way to get home and pay for the train ride. So I'm just over 5 foot. Hold on a second. I lost carving cue. Thank you, Loretta. Thank you. Yeah. And by the way, Milkmaid talks to an important point here. If there's danger and you don't want to stop there, call the cops, say I had an accident, but it's an unsafe area. I'm proceeding here. Please have an officer waiting for me. At the very least, 911 has your cell phone location now and that you were going to this spot to meet someone. But yeah, that's true. Once you get on the phone, even if you hang up and then you get back on the phone later, you've at least, there's a timestamp, right? There's a point of reference. God forbid something happens to you. The cops are like, okay, this person was here. They called 911 and said they were going here and something happened. Tennessee having technical difficulties. I'm just over 5 foot. Okay, so you're about, Sassy, you're about my wife's size. I'm probably shrunk since last time I checked. She called and they surrounded the car. Wow, I missed something good here. Hold on. Well, not good for that person, but good story here. Oh, here. Fake cop cars trying to pull women over alone. Oh, okay. And in that context, yes, if it's a fake cop car, even if they have lights, money belts are not a bad idea. I do that when I go overseas. Yeah, it's going to get hot today. I have a 357. It's my desk revolver at the house, and I shoot it. And even with the earmuffs, you feel the vibration. So even if you don't hit the guy, he'll either pee himself, have a heart attack, or will be deaf. So, bonus to that, because it'll just be this big muzzle flash, boosh, and they're going to leave, right? You just flash banged his ass with a revolver. But yeah, if you, some of my people who would follow me, Well, coffee, if you ever start a channel, even if it's just a lot of folks do stuff around the house. They show coffee or you know, how they make a mocha, how they cook something. I mean, it's kind of what you want. We would all love to see that kind of stuff. So, oh my goodness, I had a rapist try to follow me home from work once. Yeah, that kind of stuff happens. It's scary when you think about it, but you know, even if you're not sure it's a police car and they're trying to pull you over, I would get on 911 and ask them, say, hey, I'm driving. There's a vehicle behind me with lights. It does not look like a real police car. I'm not pulling over until I want a uniformed patrol car to pull me over. Right. Because it's like that video I showed the other day where the guy's in a hoodie that says DEA. And it looked like somebody ironed it on with a damn sticky. We're DEA. Mm-mm. He'd have been talking to a revolver at that point and been like, "I need to see ID. I'm gonna make a hole in your face." Mm-mm. No, if it comes to that, preferably not. But you can, if you're being pulled over and the vehicle is suspect, call 911 immediately and verify that car because before the cop can pull you over, because I've asked them this too. I had some cops in my old guard unit when they pull you over, so they get behind your car and your car is 123 ABC license plate, they're going to call your car in. Hey, pulling over 123 ABC. That's for the officer's safety so that dispatch and the other cops know which vehicle they're pulling you over and which vehicle they're pulling over. And that an officer may need assistance. If they go, the officer's hurt and the car is gone, they know who to look for. So they have to call you in. They can't just randomly stop you. That's protocol in most states. So they call you in. So if you call and say, I'm in a red pickup truck and there's this weird car following me with lights, but it doesn't look legit. I guarantee you within about 10 seconds that dispatcher will look at that area and say, that's not one of ours. And they're going to come screaming. And Texas Red Leg actually has law enforcement in his background. He can probably speak to that. He's great. Yeah, the cop does have to radio in it first. If you're ever scared or you're not, you suspect there's something amiss. Oh, wow. The fact that your coworker knew him means that he had not only a history, but he may have been targeting you or other people at that workplace. So, and that's scary. Think of nature, guys. A predator doesn't just run blindly at the gazelle, right? They look at the herd, they assess where their targets are, and then they slowly approach until they have a chance to strike. So, what is going on, man? Where's Hayes Gray? I saw his chat in here somewhere. And that after that to take different routes. Intro. Yes, and that's yeah. He's not a. That does deter baddies, by the way. And guys, that's going to be an issue. And Red Leg and I have some scheduling we're trying to work out, but we're supposed to do a panel on a topic very close to this, and it's you need to watch. If things aren't right, call it in, right? Because dispatch, right, they're at a computer. So it's not like they have to move a car over. It takes time. That person can take 20 seconds and tell you that is not our police car. Proceed to this location. And we'll have a police car waiting or there's a car on the way. Yep. Oh, it's not exclusive to the US of A at all. That is definitely something that will happen to a lot of folks. And Hayes Gray, have you put anything up on your channel yet? I know you've been kind of finagling it, but you've been super busy at work. Yeah, I still have my guard plates on my old truck. So, but yeah, this is Alexandra. You have a blast fishing. Don't drop the camera in the water. My wife did that with actually one of my walkie-talkies and a small camera. So yeah, don't drop it in the water. Ziploc bags or the little waterproof case at Academy, and you can put your phone in there. That way, if something drops, it'll float and you won't have water. All right, so Alexandra, we'll be waiting for that new video on you and your boy fishing. I'm super excited for you guys. That's going to be fun. Let me see. There was a video of someone. Oh, okay. Okay, so here's another one. Deliver them to the sheriff's office. Actually, that's a really good technique. Go if you know where the police officers are or where they hang out or where the station is, just drive to the cops because they'll be gone. One of my guard teammates, she was being followed and she drove to the armory during a drill weekend. So there's like 50 guys out there and everyone looked and the car made this U-turn and we're like, who's that? Let's go say hi. Bunch of people start going to that car and it was they wanted, two of the guys wanted to go follow him and kick his ass, but the captain said that no, we don't call the law. That's their job. That we'll get in trouble if we chase someone in uniform. That's they haven't technically done anything yet. We could get in trouble. Here's a video. My comment. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, I thought I clicked it off. Sorry, Milkmaid. Don't have jurisdiction over the mail. True. Yeah, so let's see. Hey, Klingon snuck in on me here. So let's see what this guy did. Let me know if I have sound or not. Let's see. This is. Oh, hey now. Another one in Houston. Notice he was in another car. Did you see that? So if you do take money out, don't leave it in your car. Lock it or take it with you into the store if you go. Oh, we have another one. No audio with these guys, so. Okay, there's that little car. And here comes this guy. And I don't know who this is. This person's backing in, so they're parking. And this guy, he's just leaving the parking lot. This one pulled in right behind this one. Oh, here's the bad guy. I didn't see this lady. How does this person not see? Is that person from that car or what? No, there's no audio. Thanks. Oh, there he goes. Okay, so how could she not notice? She's just going about, that car's just sitting there. How did you not notice that? and she's in the back seat. She probably has kids, and there he's gone. Oh, this guy was in on it. Oh, and here comes some help, and guy coming out of the grocery store too late. There were 2 vehicles, folks. Did you see that? I got baby goat pics on Discord. Awesome. Well, the black vehicle, the darker vehicle on the left, I figured was the bad guy, but I didn't realize that little white car was in cahoots. That was the spotter. 2 vehicles. So one follows you and kind of parks and acts normal, and then the other one comes and pounces on you. That's a heck of a. But yeah, that's something else. And granted, some of these are older videos, but since a lot of you had mentioned you never heard that phrase, and this was a major problem in Houston, and hence it got so common. It got its own name. Let's watch one more because these are super interesting. Oh, treasure seekers. I can't talk today. Earlier in the video, I don't know if you were in, we were actually showing videos of the very little goats that Militant has. So not quite awake yet. Yeah, that Arkansas, that's like that would be a whole video into itself, my friend. Yeah. And it's I'm afraid as things, the inflationary pressure gets worse. Somebody had mentioned in the chat they're siphoning gas in their area, and that's not a city. The cities are doing it. Out here, they were drilling holes. They put a pan, the oil change pan you get at AutoZone when you do your own oil change. Put it under, drill a hole, and let all your gas come out. And now you have a $300 repair on your gas tank. And with the supply chain, good luck getting that. So yeah, that. Hey, hard luck, welcome. Yeah, jugging spotters, interesting. Yeah, it's it's interesting because so I was watching the first white car backed in, and I'm like, oh, they're just parking. I was watching the second car because they came in really hot, and it never occurred to me they'd be in cahoots. What's bothered me the most is the woman was with the tailgate up, and there's a car literally 4 feet behind her, and she's like talking on a headset or something, and she was oblivious. Because I've had cars roll up to me, and I'm not a small guy, nor am I pretty, and I'll lock my door and I'll turn around and look at the car. I'm like, if it's gonna go down, I'm gonna be watching your ass. And they suddenly lose interest. They don't want to be looked at. Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Loretta. Thanks. And by the way, folks, there are a lot of channels, both large and small, in the chat. So go help each other out, drop likes, show love. My schedule's screwed up if you guys hadn't noticed. Some weeks I'll be able to do like 3 lives in 3 days, and then other weeks I can't do a live. I just got like my symbolic videos. It's thanks, buddy. This one's new. I hadn't seen this one before. This is an older video. I say it's new to me. Let's share this one. Okay, so now I'm going to be watching for the spotter vehicle. No audio, guys. Oh, damn, that guy came in fast. She wasn't looking. Oh. Or he. Bro. Okay, I want to see what he was doing. He was looking at his phone. I don't know if you guys can see that. Mm-hmm. And they just knocked him down. I guess it was a dude. It's just a skinny guy with long hair. I was like, and they beat up that weird lady. No, it's a skinny guy with long hair. Maybe it's the lady. I couldn't tell. Whoever it was trying to punch. But see, they were on him. Look, whack, and down he went. It was wet ground, and now he's on the defensive. He's trying to fight, but nope. Oh, he punched him through the window. The window was down. He got a few licks in. Good for you, buddy. And he took pictures of the tailgate. So, and that was fast. But okay, so this is two now we've seen jugging videos. The first one was the mom looking at whatever and not even looking that the car was behind her. Yeah. In the crap in the phone zone. No, it's absolutely too dangerous. My wife gets annoyed with me because I'll be at the mall and people are like walking and doing this, and I don't like doing that because you'd get yelled at on a base for doing it. I would step to the side, so I put my back, like the mall between the stores, you have like the pillars, I guess. I'll put my back to a pillar, and if I got to text someone, I'll just throw a text with my back to the wall, so at least I'm looking forward at whoever's, and I can look up, I can see motion. And she'll be like, why do you keep moving to the side? And it's like, because I don't want to stop. I'm looking down and I'm like absolutely exposed to somebody just pushing me over. At least if they're coming at me from the side, I'm going to see this peripheral movement and it's going to freak me out. Hey, Rob. Good morning. No, absolutely. Even if it's just a good ass kicking. So yeah, this kind of blows my mind that and I mean, you feel bad for that second guy, but that's two cases of people. Okay, they got another one here. I'm really curious because I'm starting to see a pattern here. And when you do my kind of work, I love patterns because it helps me solve problems. Okay, so there's the white SUV, there's the janky black car, and he pulls in. And okay, what's going down? Who's this dude? And there's the janky black car. Oh, look, the pickup truck came back. Two vehicles again. Okay, there's the black car. And oh, damn. I did not expect that. Ooh. Mm. That was bad. So yeah, they're starting to get their legs under them. I gotta see the videos of those little critters. And hard luck, you're absolutely right, because there's no sense of consequence or accountability, right? They do whatever. Like my colleague's wife up in Denver, she got sucker punched. I've met her. She's not a big lady. And the guy was, big, tall, maybe 6 foot tall. She's about 5'3". And he just backhanded her and they got in a fight. Nobody helped. They were all videoing. They didn't call 911. One person called 911, and it was a couple from Kentucky, he said, that either Kentucky or Arkansas that happened to be there like on a trip to see their grandkid or something. And they came over and the woman helped his wife, and the old man was a farmer and he was strong and he grabbed the guy's legs and strung him out. But you can't always count on people being around you who will actually help. It largely depends on where you are. And a guy like me, I travel a lot. I know if I'm in Louisiana, especially, up like Cajun country, so, south of I-10, Lafayette, Homa, all those little towns down south, or even like Slidell, Thibodaux, all these places, folks see a crime, at the very least, they're going to call 911 if they don't run out there and intervene. Creative. That is scary. Yeah, I didn't mute myself. See, and that's, hold on a second here. Well, thank you, Magic. And I mean, even if you watch Angry or Magic Prepper's more recent videos, and I think Lucky's touched on this, I know Tennessee has, a lot of us have. As things get harder, the good people are going to struggle more, and we're going to be more distracted. When we're more distracted, it leaves us more vulnerable to people like that. And so, it's kind of like a safety meeting. If you keep telling people, don't pinch your hands in machinery, and you say it at every safety meeting, people start thinking about it. Well, yeah, don't put my hand. Hey, I'm not going to do that because I don't have the right tool. I'm going to get pinched. Yeah, it does. And granted, there are some cases that are desperation cases. Kids are hungry. I get that, right? It doesn't excuse it, but I understand your babies are hungry. But the majority that I'm seeing personally, that I've dealt with the local situations, are cases like meth rapists, as Milkmaid put out earlier. They're assholes. Excuse my French, but yeah. Yeah, I haven't watched Native's video on the guy in the subway yet. Oh, the guy who grabbed that lady in the train, and all the people are videoing, but nobody intervenes except like one lady who was like yelling at the guy because she couldn't stop the dude. I think that if that's the video. There's one more I got, and then there's a funny video I want to end with, but let me see if I can get this one going, because this one's pretty cool. Okay, yeah. Do you know, Klingon, they charged several people who were in the train and videoed, but then didn't call 911 with I forgot what the charge was, but the DA of county was like, no, call 911. Even if someone's recording, say you're recording with good intentions, like I'm going to record so I can get the guy's face, but someone should call 911 first. He said, because the cops could have been waiting on the platform. We'd have had his ass the minute they landed, but he ran into a crowd. And by the time the law got there, he was long gone. So this is another. And due to the rise in crime with automation. Okay, so funny story, Art. There's a couple of car companies, like custom joints, in Houston and Dallas. I think there's one out here now. Ironically, one's run by an ex-con. He used to be a banger, and he went to jail and came out, and he's like, okay, I'm going to be legit and have my family. And they up armor stock vehicles. So you roll in with like your F-150 XLT, and you're like, okay, I'd like, I want these additions, and they will up armor a civilian vehicle. It costs you, but like now, like VIPs are going to this dude, which is cool that the guy kind of turned he committed the crime. He served his time, he did his punishment to society, and then he turned around and took his knowledge and did something good with it. But yeah, you can up armor your vehicle, but it will cost you pennies. That I don't know. And look, even if you're not physically capable of helping, you can call 911 and say somebody's being attacked. I'm on this train, and give a description. It's, a white dude, or he's a black dude, or Hispanic, and he's so many feet tall, and he's this and he's that, and he's wearing blue hoodie, and he's got the name Joe on his backpack, or no, poor Joe, whatever. Um, give the police actionable items in real time. Don't wait till the criminal's gone and then, oh man, yeah, it does. So yeah, they did get charged for being an idiot, basically. Yeah, and it wasn't all of them, because there was one woman called 911. She was off the hook. Another lady was, I guess, was yelling like, "You need to stop. That's illegal." Like, but all the young, especially the young men who are just sitting there with their freaking phones for TikTok or whatever the hell they're going to put it on. They actually got charged with failing to report a crime. So they're getting misdemeanors. Now, obviously, it doesn't help the woman who's been assaulted, but it sends a message like, call freaking 911 first. And I mean, if there are two of you, you tell your friend, okay, you record, get his face, I'm calling the cops. But this is, well, they took morality out of everything is the problem. A K bar to the phone. That would certainly work. Just make sure you got your ducks in a row, because when they grand jury you want to justify that. But yeah. Yeah. I mean, if someone is filming, that's fine. But first, somebody needs to get the law, fire department, somebody. Call security if you're in a building. Yeah, and you know what? After Hurricane Harvey, there were a lot of community. They never publicized it, but there were a lot of community watches that suddenly became armed, including my subdivision. I went from carrying concealed to carrying open. When I went for my walks, I checked the neighbors. I had some friends all over the neighborhood, and I walked the neighborhood open carrying, just so if someone drove. That's one of the rare cases I thought it was a good idea to show my holster. So if someone's driving through the subdivision, oh, here's a guy and his wife taking a walk, and that dude has a pistol. Not somebody I want to fuck with. And we were checking on each other's houses. I had a neighbor who had evacuated, and they asked if we were staying. I said, no, we're staying. We're not. I don't think we're going to flood. He said, I got to go because I got to help my daughter or whatever, and we're going to take them to the family property. Every morning we take a walk. I go by, check his windows. I didn't want to go into his property, right? Because then another neighbor would call the cops on me. But I'd look over his fence, make sure he was good, talk to the neighbors. And that kind of community, hard luck spot on with this comment, that kind of community, you all come together real quick. Hey, duct tape is awesome. Oh, yeah. Or get one of those damn shillelaghs at the truck stop, the tire thumpers. You smack the shit out of someone, that'll stop them. But yeah, you would think people would help, but hey, Unknown. I lost Unknown there. I know Unknown's in here. So, oh, there's. Technically, that was, I guess you could make the argument that was a spoil of war. They started the war, you finished it, and you had a trophy. So I don't know if that would stand up in court, but I like that. I got another one for you, and then I'm gonna play some funny ones so we're not too serious all this video.
Hardworking people, and if he looks familiar,
this one has audio.
here's why.
I don't know what they're talking about.
His arrest
busted
on Channel 2 just 6 months ago. Now he's out, and according to investigators, he's at it again. Alvin Williams was one of the most wanted men in the state for a crime called bank jugging.
And now he is wanted for targeting an IRS agent in a bold identity theft crime. This is a story that our Phil Archer has only on to tonight. Phil, this guy just won't quit.
Yeah, police don't think he ever really stopped after that arrest last fall. Now, he lives
in a comfortable house in a nice neighborhood here in South Houston. But the officers describe him as a sort of one-man crime spree connected to possibly hundreds of juggings, including some that have earned him multiple mentions on Channel 2 News.
Take care, hard
I
luck.
don't know what they're talking about.
Police say Alvin Williams is a professional bank jugger. That's someone who lurks outside banks to follow customers home and take their money. We first put him on last September. He was arrested in Pearland with 2 accomplices, charged with engaging in organized criminal activity. Just 2 weeks later, while free on bond, Williams was arrested again in San Antonio. Same charge, more free media. But those arrests didn't even slow him down, according to police. They allege he was back in town in February, jugging again. He allegedly followed a customer from this bank in Southwest Houston back to her office, where he broke into her car and took her purse. He apparently didn't know or didn't care that she worked for the Internal Revenue Service. Not long after that, police say Williams tried to use her stolen ID to open a $5,000 line of credit at a con store on the South Freeway. He was
Stupid ass.
accompanied by 2 women who police still haven't identified. This morning, Homeland Security agents, postal inspectors, and Houston police tried to serve an arrest warrant at the suburban home Williams shares with
That's
his wife.
federal,
He
baby.
wasn't there, but there were clear signs of the officer's visit when we stopped by this afternoon. And those officers are still looking for him. Federal charges could be coming now as well. The officers say Williams is a documented gang member that spends a lot of time in Northeast Houston. The car he drives is a white Dodge Challenger with a vanity license plate. That plate says Wayne ST. Police, as we said, also trying to identify the women he was photographed with in that store. They're asking anyone who may know who they are or
So this
where
is
Williams
that was a little bit older video, but keep in mind that's another thing that's you think about is they steal your shit. Now they have your your credentials, and now not only did you get robbed and maybe beat up, you lost your money. Now you've taken now they might try to do an identity theft and open credit and screw up your credit score and all that bad stuff. So yeah, no, absolutely. Any means necessary, especially if it comes to the people you love. That's a whole nother. Well, there is no rules at that point. You take care of your family, and that's what it is. But not all criminals are this smart. This guy was kind of ingenious. Some of them are amazingly stupid. So I love watching stupid people fail when they're being bad. So let's watch some stupid people. Oh, they got techno. Oh, wrong. This goes back to All American Preppers comment. You see how quick that guy drew that pistol? That's with practice. On the floor, fool. Okay, notice something he's doing there. He's not, a lot of people make the mistake, they'll get someone down or they'll pull a gun and they get too close and now you have no workspace. He went around, he kept eyes on the target, told him to stay on his hands or his knees so he could keep an eye on his body until he cleared that desk here. And notice he's kept 10 feet away. There's no way in hell this guy can get up and grab him without getting smoked. Once he got to the edge of the counter, he said, okay, now lay down because now I can see you around the counter and I can see where your hands are. That's a really good maneuver on the part of this concealed carry guy. And now he's between him and the door. He's secured whatever the hell the guy had, and he's locking him in. He may have stolen the chance. And bam, there you go. Party's over, buddy. I don't know what that thing the guy kicked there is. Yep, he holstered his weapon so the cops don't get spooked. Let's see this guy. Oh, shit. She's still checking out the other guy. He's got a gun. She's like, hold on. Okay, now he's getting... Yep. Look at this lady's just chilling here. I don't know why she's... I want my chips, please. Nobody's reacting to this dude with a gun. This lady's just... They just basically... Okay, I think we saw this one the other night. Just unknown vector, make sure it's not one of your neighbors in a new car, because then you call the cops on your buddy. That would suck. Yeah, I've seen this buffoon before. Look here. Oh, the chain disconnected. Yeah, we did see that one. This is a different compilation, but every now and then I'll get repeats. So for those who didn't see this moron last time, okay, so, oops, an exception, goodbye, have fun with that, moron, jackass. Okay, when I say pendejo, this is the type of person I'm referring to. Oh, now you're not parked close enough. What a monkey's ass. I didn't realize he tried to pull the chain like that last time. Okay, here's another one. Okay, person pulling in. I'm assuming here's the bad guy in the janky car. Okay. Oh, here they come. Here they come. Okay, what's going on up there? Open the door, we're bad guys. Notice how the bad guy's parked in the gate so the automatic gate won't close. Oh shit! Wham! That's what I think of you and your stupid car. Be gone. Oh, now y'all done fucked up. Now she broke your car. Hit him again. Give him another smack. There you go. Oh, wait. Oh, yes. That's what we think of you, fool. Now run away. Run his ass over. Oh! There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't have a pistol, improvise. Go run them all over. Hit those pendejos. I'd tell the cops, oh, they had a gun, so I hit them. Hey, your SUV could be a 2,300-pound weapon, so... Oh, now they got response. Look at that shit. Some of these videos are older, but man, that's funny. Okay. That looks like a subway. Hey, that's not cool. Seriously, you're gonna rob a subway, dude? Oh, now you broke everything. Good job. Actually, I locked the inner doors too, for that very reason. Yeah, they are. Okay, let's see. Why don't you just make a sandwich while you're there, stupids? Watchman, that's a very appropriate way to put it. Did they break the register? Now you can't open it? Good job, morons. Where you going? Oh, see, now you have nothing. Oops. Silent alarm, fools. Don't run it. Did he just trip on his buddy? No, now you're getting your ass kicked. Oh! Punch him a few times. Oh, this must be in France. They got the berets. By the way, French cops will kick the crap out of you. That was cool. Stupid ass. So what do they call Subway in France? Le Subway? Un sandwich? Oh, that dude came in with a freaking submachine gun. He's like, they weren't joking. All right, here's another dummy. What's with the subways? Hangover City. Oh. Oh. There you go. Get him. Get him. Oh, he got the whatever the hell he was stealing back. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is what criminals get for being assholes. But yeah, Hangover City. Yeah, I'm laying off the yums for a while. That's work closed shifts before yeah. Yeah, I didn't expect that dude kind of walking by looking at his phone. He's like, "Oh, you're not a good person." Wow, kicks his feet out from under him. Honestly, I hate to say it, but that one where the four idiots, they rammed the car and the four idiots ran down the street, I'd have hit them. I'd have said, "Oh, they tried to shoot at my car." So I hit him with the car. But then you were on video, so I guess technically you shouldn't do that. Anyway, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, I'm going to call it here. I enjoyed spending an hour and change with you guys on a Saturday. You guys be safe. I'm not sure what my schedule is going to be this coming week because I know I got a lot of work to catch up on. But y'all be careful. Probably post a short or something here and there as we watch. Yeah, and to Watchman's point, we have a choice if we freak out or we work with people we know and trust and love and try to make our area better. And I think you're going to see that. You're going to see communities it's going to be almost medieval. You'll see towns and like areas become their own little enclaves against the stupidity around them. So, folks, have a good day. Y'all be safe out there. Please be careful. Absolutely keep your head on a swivel. Watch your back. Watch each other. God bless, Godspeed, and I will see you guys hopefully later this week. Take care.